Hey friends, it's Megan Elizabeth with our final episode of the creative workshop on Picmonkey. I know this is really delayed. I had an issue with getting this up, so I'm just redoing it for you. So you guys can actually see how to use the collage function and feature, which is so very awesome and beneficial for anybody who is in direct sales, blogging, anything to do with social media. Picmonkey is, I feel, the place for doing collages. One, they don't place an ugly watermark on it, especially when you're using their royal version. So I have a link for that if you're interested in joining for that. You also have a lot of creative options. I do use Fonto, an app on my iPhone, for when I'm doing them directly from my phone, but Picmonkey is also in beta testing, beta versions right now of an app for your phone, so that's awesome as well. So I already just went ahead and I clicked on the collages button, and this just kind of gives you a fun little like template that you can see, one for the holidays ready to go. And this is great because you can use these images that Picmonkey provides for you and like edit and customize them. So if I wanted to, I could use this, open it up in editor and put like my own personal message in the tag kind of thing. But we're going to do a couple other things, but you can see like you have control to move the images around a little bit and play with them. But I want to show you how to do it yourself. So this was just an autofill of like what they offered. You add your own images very simply clicking in here, and you can add your images. But I want to show you a couple, kind of slow down a little bit and show you a couple other things really quick first. So let's just say we want to add our own images. So you just click on add your images and you can select as many or as few as you would like. Excuse my little notifications here. Getting other work done as in the process. So you just kind of go through and select the images that you want to upload. All right, and we'll select them. What I do is I hold down the command key or the control key on my computer and then select my images like one at a time out of the folder, and that way I can kind of batch upload some images. Let's see. So let's say we just want to replace one. We can just go in there and easily just drop in the image that we want to be working with. So let's just say we want to use those. And let's say we want to just play a little bit with the sizing. We can click on this little edit button and we can play with the size of the image or the exposure of the image, kind of play with the color. We can fit the cell, we can fill the cell, or we can fit to cell, are two different options. Or you can, like I said, expand and grow what you want to do with it. So for example, like I could leave like that coffee pot kind of, or the coffee, tea, whatever it is, kind of sit there and kind of fill up that little square. And that just went up to 3,000% or 300%, excuse me. Again, you can fill the cell or you can fit the cell or fit the picture to the cell kind of thing. So I'm going to do the fill, and you can shuffle and engage and do all that good stuff too. So that's like a really basic collage using the 3 basic templates, but it gets so much better than this, you guys. So you can go over to the layouts and you can simply easily create your own by dropping in as many additional images that you would like to add. So what you can do is like switch up the size and the cell, and okay, so when you see the blue line, you can drop it in and play with the size. Now wait a second, what am I doing wrong here? Because I know how to do this. Okay, so see how it kind of gives you an extra blue line? That's where you drop it to add an additional picture. Okay, so it has to give you the wider blue line, not the short blue line. There's a thin blue line and then that thicker one. The thicker one lets you create your own, and then you can adjust the sizes as well. So that's a create your own. So we're going to clear that. We can do ducks in a row. This one's really great for the Facebook, like cover photos and things like that. You can create really big ones. You can create small skinny ones. This is good for scrapbooking as well. It's a lot of fun. This one is your squares for like multiple pictures onto Instagram, especially. This is a great one to use for that. I don't recommend doing too many pictures on Instagram just because they can get kind of lost. So I really recommend sticking with like the 4 to the 9 at most. This is like the big and small. So you'll see like one big picture with like 3 backup pictures, or this one has 4 or 5 backup pictures kind of thing. You can really mess around with them. And then you also have the option of kind of adjusting the size and the width of things. So say you just want like a really skinny one, you can also just put in a blank image and then add your text and things over there as well. There's some more elegant designs. You can get really creative. Again, here's one for Facebook covers, like specifically. They're very helpful with that. Over at Picmonkey, here's your Pinteresty ones. So for really doing great infographics, they really help you block things out and really get you more exposure to your business as well. You have your tile borders and then like the more fun jigsaw puzzle type things. These are all really, really great for digital scrapbooking as well as, you know, your personal social media. And again, some of these are like the Pinteresty ones or Pinteretsy. So for Pinterest or Etsy, you want to be a royal subscriber for this as well. And again, I have a link for you to get you in on that if you want to be using that. So then the next thing is you can add fun little, like I said, images and like color schemes and things to really make things like pop out. So you can add your pictures in here. Let's see if we want to add this photo, and let's say we want it to be bigger so that you don't see the Picmonkey, because this was a Picmonkey thing that I was using that for. We want the colors to just sort of go together, and we want to do like a holiday kind of thing, but I still want like my picture in there. Just for whatever reason, I would want my picture in there. I don't even know. I just was able to drop in another little slot by adding that space. You can add more spaces, you can see as that line goes, or have it in there so it's gray and fills. Let's say we want to use paper layers in there, which like just a tiny little snippet. Let's swap these. Let's see. Let's put this one here instead. And do the little tag here. So you can just really have fun like playing around with these collages. Like there's so many options and varieties. So then once you have that, you can then go in and do the spacing. Like you can add more spaces in between by going up and down with the spacing lines, so you can have them like really close to each other that it like fills and there's no border frame, or you can make the frame thicker. And then you can also do corner rounding. So it'll round automatically the corners of all your pictures, which is so great, especially to get more of that like pill looking effect. This is really great for blogging too. Like let's say you want to have like a buy it now button or something that you want to create your own that goes with your brand and your fonts and everything. This is a great program to use for that in a simple way. Like this is a really great like do it yourself when you're not a web designer or you don't have a graphics designer on staff. Like this is a great way to go about playing and doing that. And then you can also play with the background color. So you can do a color picker too. So say we want the blue to be exactly the same. We can select the colors that really coordinate and go and pop with what we desire. So I just picked the purple from my sweater. We have all that control here too. So that's really fun. Or just a transparent transparent background is always a lot of fun too. These almost look like they're complete individual separate floating images, which is so fun too, even though it's one cell that you can save and use. So while this is a more Christmas themed, we could come back over here and you can see there are different themes available to you. So there's a fall theme. We can, swap it out. Again, really easily change out all these images and all these colors and make things match to our brand or our whatever it is. And I'm really excited to do some brand focus with a few of you. One of my we're like diving in deep with brand focusing, and I'm excited about that. I feel like I have gone through some additional stretching and pulling on myself to really get specific and clear. And coming to that place of understanding like your brand is about who you are authentically, and being able to clearly give that message out to the world is huge. And I'm really excited to be working with one of the Diamond members on their brand messaging specifically right now, and creating a mood board and doing all of that fun stuff. So anyway, you can just really see how things can be moved around, dropped around, and played with. Now this doesn't go together at all. I'm just literally just dropping in images so that you can see what this looks like and how this plays, and how you can use this literally for digital scrapbooking and other fun things that, you can be creating with. So I don't want anybody to be intimidated by using this program. You can have a lot of fun with it. All right, so let's just say we want to save this. All right, so what we're able to do is save our Picmonkey collage. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and save it to my computer. And then what I'm actually going to do, now that I have that saved, I'm going to export it. You don't have to save it to do this though. I just like to save like what I'm base working with before I do this. That's just my own personal preference. It's kind of like a save as you go kind of mentality kind of thing. You don't always have to do that. But if you export to editor, once you have it the way you want it to be, you can't change the layout once you do that. So like you couldn't change the background and go back and forth. So, and you can't once you save it either. Once you save it, it saves the whole thing. So it's not this isn't the type of thing like with Photoshop. If you start a project, you can save a logo and go back and edit a logo and edit a logo. Like once you save it, it is saved. So that is a little bit of a Picmonkey drawback to a Photoshop type person, but this is just such a easy, like great program. I can't recommend it enough, especially for, like I said, the bloggers and the direct sales marketers who are using this to promote themselves on social media and build an easy, quick brand. This is like my favorite way to go about it. So once you do that, you can then go ahead and, like I said, you can add in your text. So if we want to add just thank you for your business, whatever the case may be, you again can, you have that freedom to justify your fonts and your words and make things fit into the blocks and squares and everything the way you want them to fit. So I'm just going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to say another one. You're awesome. And make that a little bit bigger. Whoa, a little bit bigger, I said. Right. All right. And we'll justify that just to kind of go around the fun of the thing. And we want it to be a little bigger so that it goes kind of around the outside of that square, or not square, circle, dispersed, but inside the rectangle. Okay. So just something like really simple and to the point. So then you can go ahead and save that. And again, it is a transparent background, so they'll all look like they're individual floating buttons or, rectangles or squares or whatever shape that they happen to be. So that is a really quick overview on how you use Picmonkey for your collages. And I highly recommend it because it makes it your own. It helps you stand apart, look more professional. I'm excited to talk more about direct sales branding and setting yourself apart from other demonstrators, other consultants or presenters or whatever you're called in your business, and take your actual business to the next level, your actual brand and name. And this is one of the few ways that you can start going about doing that. So have an awesome, amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you're enjoying everything that's coming out from Above Ruby's studio and Life Above Ruby's right now as we dive deeper with business, life, and balance the way you want to have it, and still have fun enjoying the moments with the things that we do on a daily basis. Have a great day, guys. Bye.